Okay, welcome everybody to my live broadcast for today. Today we're going to be working on Tetris Part 3. So I know some of you hopefully have been following along and have already done Parts 1 and 2. If you haven't, I'm going to put a link here in the chat. It's also should be in the description where you can download the code from my, what's it called? GitHub. And, wrong link. Let me grab that for you here real quick. And so you can go ahead and download that and get started. This code is written in Python 3. It doesn't use any external modules, just the turtle module, which comes with which basically comes with Python. So you don't have to worry about installing anything. It should work pretty darn well. Anyway, yeah. So let me show you what I've got so far. And I keep forgetting. So when I run my code, it pops up on my other window on my laptop screen, and I forget to drag it up to the other screen that's being recorded. If I do that, let me know. Anywho, I'm actually on Linux, but this should work on Windows and Mac as well. And I get this question all the time. What editor am I using? It's right up here. It says Geany, Geany. It's open source, and you can download it for any platform. I quite like it. It's lightweight. It's fast. Yeah, I'm digging it. Anyway, hello to Lalit and New Ideas. Hope you guys, thanks for stopping by. I'm just going to say hi to these peeps. Okay, New Ideas has asked me to subscribe to his or her channel. I'm going to hide that. Yeah, I don't know if that's a nice way of doing things. Text me, not in the middle of a chat, please. Anyway, let's take a look at Tetris. I'm going to hit on Geany, I just hit F5 and it runs. Instead, it pops up in a different window. Here's what we got so far. I can use the basically the A and D keys to move left and right. Game's a little bit fast. I'm going to have to fix that here. Notice I don't have a border. I'm going to put that around today. So I think I really need that. And I cannot rotate the shapes as of yet. Again, if you're wondering how this all works, please go back and watch part 1, watch part 2, and you'll see kind of how everything is going. So one thing, actually, let's just fix this right off the bat because it's really annoying me, actually. I'm going to run that again. It's harder to see here, but this score keeps flashing, and I think it's just because the order I have the code in. So I'm going to go into here, and I'm going to go into, where's it at here? Well, you notice here in draw grid, we clear everything. And in draw score, we don't clear everything. So that's part of the clue. We update here. And I'm going to move this. Well, I'm not sure if I need that. But the first thing I'm going to try is just reversing the order of draw score and draw grid. I think that might help. And I kind of played around with this. Thanks, New Ideas. I tried to play around with this a little bit and see how that goes. Yeah, so that works, but you can see how it leaves this little block here. So I'm going to go ahead and after draw score, I'm going to go ahead and see it puts back show turtle, which we don't want to do anymore. I'm going to just cut that out and see what happens. I'm kind of curious. Okay, so I think that's what we wanted. So it's really obvious to me this is no longer flashing. So just changing the order of that helped out quite a lot. Oh, Hemeth, yes, I do remember you. And I'm still apologizing for screwing up your name, so my apologies. So yeah, but good to see you again. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate that. So glad you could make it here tonight. It is night here. It is 7:34 p.m. here in Tokyo. One thing with this game is it's a little bit fast for me. I'm just not that good at games. So I'm going to go ahead and, speed or slow the game down a little bit just for practice here. And so I've just increased the delay that I'm using. That might be a little bit too slow, but let's keep that for now. You notice there is a little bit of a bug in the game where the shapes do disappear. Honestly, I don't feel like tracking that one down. This is just kind of a demo. But anyway, let's go ahead and do the hard one first. Rotating the shapes. So I have actually given this quite a lot of thought, and I do know how to do it. But the trick to this, which I've kind of discovered, 404 in India. I love the global population here. So if you're thinking about Tetris, if I've got a square and I rotate it, it doesn't really, change much. Obviously, it's just rotating in place. But if we look at a horizontal line, that kind of gives you kind of an idea. Oh, hey, Peter. It is 11:35 in the Netherlands. Oh my gosh, that is a earthquake. Yeah, I live in Tokyo, so earthquakes do hit, and it's not a super big one, but it's one of the bigger ones I've had recently, especially in my newer apartment here. Yeah, we had one today actually at work, and it wasn't too bad. But I do live in a rather oldish apartment building. It's new to me, but it's an oldish building, so yeah, that was a bit of a jolt. Anyway, back to the horizontal line. So if you notice here, I'm using ones and zeros to denote where there's a block and where there isn't a block. So you can see this is one row. Okay. Now, if you look here, I got a horizontal line and I got a vertical line. Ooh, hey, Bulgarian, very nice. I used to live next door in Romania about 10 years ago. Anyway, notice how this is one row and this is 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. So basically, I'm taking the horizontal line, I'm rotating it 90 degrees. So this one becomes this one goes here, this one goes here, and this one goes here. Okay. If I was rotating the left L, okay, basically I would have, it would end up with something like this. I would end up with 1, comma 1, and then I'm not gonna do it this way. I'm gonna do it programmatically, and I'm gonna end up with. So just kind of show you what needs to get done here. And I spent a lot of time thinking about this, probably more than I should have had the need to. But anyway, it's going to end up looking like this: 1, comma 0, and 1, comma 0. And Hemanth has asked, have you ever thought of doing some machine learning, artificial intelligence? The answer is yes. I just completed AI for robotics through Georgia Tech's master's program. You can also take that on, I think, Udemy or Coursera, one of those two. I forget which one, for free from Dr. Sebastian Thrun. However, my worry is that I cannot present my work because other people could copy it, and then that's academic integrity. So I kind of got to watch what I do with that stuff. And hey, Mozilla, who used to be called something else but has changed his name. Georgie, I'm American, but I live in Tokyo, where we just had a nice little earthquake. Anyway, so back to this thing. So you notice this one and this one are now here. So the left column now becomes the top row. Okay, this 1 and 0 is now here. This 1 and 0 is now here, etc., etc. So to do this, what I need to do is I need to start here at the bottom row on the left side, go up, copy it to here, then move over, then move over, and then move over. This will work for any shape and any pattern. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I will watch out for Siraj. I'm not sure who that is, but I'll keep an eye out. So thanks, Samantha. Okay, so to do this, inside my shape class, okay, I've got a bunch of methods, and I'm going to throw one in here now. I'm going to call this def, and oops, sorry, I clicked the wrong button there. I'm going to call this def. I think what I'll call it is probably rotate shape. Well, rotate, make it easy. Rotate, okay, and self and grid. Okay, so I'm going to be sending the grid as an argument. So first, I'm going to erase the shape from the grid. Okay, so that should be easy because we already have a method called erase shape, and that's going to be called, so I'm going to go self.erase shape and grid. Oops. I've been doing a lot of Java lately, so I'll probably add a lot of semicolons. Now I need to make a new list to contain the new shape. So I'm going to call this rotated shape. And here's just something I tell my students all the time, and they just never listen to me, but that's okay. Students are going to be students. Give your variables really good names. Don't call this, I have a student I know who would just call this RS. Okay, And while you're programming it, it probably makes a lot of sense. But if you come back to it later, you're going to be confused. So I'm going to call this rotated shape, and it's empty because we don't know what the shape is at this point or what it's going to look like. Again, because we're doing this programmatically. And I have actually coded this already, so I'm just going to be kind of going through this. So if you remember, I said we're going to be starting on the left, and we're going to be starting on the bottom row. So instead of going by rows, I'm going to be going across. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say for x in range, length, self.shape 0. Okay. And what this does is it starts at the shape. Okay, this is 0, and it's going to go across no matter how long. If it's 4, it's going to go from 0, 1, 2, 3. If it's 3, it's going to be 0, 1, 2. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new row to hold the information. And then I'm going to be going from bottom to top. So watch what I do here with y. Range, len, self dot shape -1, -1, -1. Okay. And this is probably a little confusing maybe for some people. So length of shape -1. So if I've got 2 rows, the length is 2, but I want to start at 1 and then go to 0. Okay, or in this case, I would start at 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, but indexes start at 0. So 3, 2, 1, 0. I'm counting down. Okay, so then what I need to do is new row dot append self dot shape y x. Okay. So again, so what I'm doing, this is a little bit tough, is I'm starting here, and now I'm adding that to a new row. So I'm going to add this one, and then I'm going to go minus. I'm going to add this one. Now I'm done with this. X goes to 1. Now I'm on a new row. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense, but that's the gist of what I'm doing. That's how I'm doing it mathematically, at least. Yeah, so we're going to do that. So then once we go through all the x's, or once we go through the y, I have to add that row. So rotated shape dot append new row. So I'm building it row by row. I'm adding each row to the rotated shape, which is a D. And then once I've done that, so once the loop is finished, okay, I'm going to go ahead and change the shape. That's an indented one, isn't it? Self dot shape equals rotated dot shape. Sorry, rotated shape, excuse me. And then we also have to update the height and width, because I use that in a couple places. So self dot height equals length self dot shape, and self dot width equals length self dot shape 0. Okay, so that's kind of the first part of that. Let's see here. Ooh, what did I do there? For y in range. Did I miss up somewhere? Ooh, yeah, you got it. Thanks. Cheers. Thanks, Samantha. I appreciate that. You might notice that the screen size is a little bit bigger. I've resized my screens just to make the text a little bit bigger for everybody, especially myself. Anthony, you are very, very welcome. I hope the AP Computer Science Java videos are helping. I teach AP Computer Science right now, and they are hopefully as helpful to my students who happen to have a test on Tuesday, so they're hopefully studying hard. Anywho, so I think this is going to work, but what I have to do now is for rotate, I now have to connect that to the space bar. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and copy this because I know it works. And so shape, and the method was called rotate. And I'm going to put, I think it's capital space. And let's try that. Hopefully we won't get any errors. Okay, on second thought, we did get an error. Let me run that again. Okay, bad event type or key sim space. So all this blah, 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 blah. So when key press, it tells you where the error is. This is probably one of my biggest pet peeves with beginning programmers is they don't read the error messages. Okay, it tells you tetris.py, line 204, the exact line where the problem is. There's a bunch of stuff here, blah, 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 blah. And then it says bad event type or key symbol space. So in Python 3, apparently, it is a lowercase s is my understanding. I always get that backwards. Python 2, it was like a capital S. And yeah, thanks for changing that around, guys. And space. Let's try that again. Okay, so I can still move left and right. Now I'm going to try and rotate. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Yes. Rotate, rotate, rotate. I'm just going to test all the different shapes. And it is rotating. Can't rotate that because it doesn't do anything. Oh my gosh, look at this. I am very, very excited. Ooh, I want to rotate that. Ooh, get that over there. Okay, now I'm going to show you, so we can see that it is working. Okay, but here's one little problem. Oops, I'll see if I can, okay. Okay, so what happened there was I went against the, oh geez, you guys couldn't see that, could you? I'm so sorry. Yeah, thanks, Samantha. I told you I do that all the time. Okay, so here it is, and I'm gonna go against the wall and rotate. And you see how it closed, and I'll see if I can get the error message out here. Yeah, this always messes it up. Long story short, and I haven't figured out quite how to fix this one yet, but we'll get that in a second here. When it's against the wall and then it rotates, the length takes it out past the wall. So it's trying to draw in a space that doesn't exist, which is definitely a problem. Okay, so what we have to do is once we rotate it, at least this is my idea. I haven't tested this yet. So once we rotate it, we need to see if the rotated shape is going to go again outside the wall. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is try something here. I got to think about this. So self. Okay, so our shape has an x and a y coordinate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, how can I put this? Okay, I'm going to say right side equals self.x plus rotated shape 0, and I'm going to put len. And I'll explain what this does in a second. Okay, so I've rotated the shape, and then I'm taking the size, or the x-coordinate, I'm adding the width. Okay, so if the right side is greater than length of grid 0. Okay. So if the right side is greater than the length, so if I'm here and then it goes out here, if it's greater than this width, we've got an error. Okay. Actually, what I'll do is I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to say if it's less than, we don't have an error. Okay. So just basically what I'm going to program it to do is if there's no problem, it will rotate. If it's going to rotate out, it just doesn't do anything. Oh my gosh, Hamath, good luck. Data structures exam. Good luck. That's I had that course not too long ago. It was a bear. So good luck to you. Okay, so I'm going to pull this up. Okay, I'm going to go against the side and try to rotate. Okay, so you see how it's not rotating anymore. So that fixed it. So I'm pretty happy. Okay, so see how it won't rotate it if it is against the wall. So that fixed it basically. That was a pretty easy fix actually. Okay. The next thing I want to really do with this, I guess there's not really that much more to do, but I do want to get like a border outside of this because I really don't like just having it hang there in black space. So what I did for this one is I went ahead and I created a second drawing pen. I don't think I need to do that. Well, let's try and not do it. Let's see what happens. I'm just kind of curious. But I've already done the calculations on the on how can I put it on the the locations and everything. So let's see if I can find that because I've done that here somewhere. Okay, so this is a bit of an easier one. So basically, I'm just drawing from here to here, here to here, here to here, and here to here. Basically, just drawing a big rectangle. So what I did is I found out the numbers, and the top is going to be 250. Left is going to be is equal to negative 130. And that's kind of related to these numbers here from the grid. But I want to draw outside the grid, so that's why I've gone up a little bit higher. And so I'm going to say pen up. So I'm going to put the pen up. I'm going to move the pen to the left and top, which we just defined. I'm going to say pen down. I'm going to put the pen down. And yeah, let's see what happens here. Actually, I'm going to give it a color. Pen.color. So I want to have a white border. Okay, then basically now it's just a bunch of go-to statements. So pen.goto left top minus 500. So it's going to go from here down to here. And again, I calculate these numbers, ahead of time. That's why I know them. Left. Now I'm going to go from left plus 260 and top minus 500 again. And then pen.goto left plus 260 top. And I realize there's a bit of a mistake here, but you'll see. Pen.goto and then back to left, and top. So I just drew from here down, over, up, over. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to make a little, I'm going to have to make a little function here. Def draw, I'm going to call it draw border. And pen. And I don't need the grid here for this one. So, okay, then we'll test it. I'm going to need to call that. Let's see here, draw grid. Where's draw grid? Draw grid, okay. I'm going to go ahead and draw the border first. And using the pen. All right, let's see how it goes. I feel lucky, as I often do. Oh, okay, so Jan, you can just replace color on index 0 to be something else. I could do that, but then I have to rewrite the code because it's expecting 0 to be the first column of the game. But yeah, John, yeah, that's actually a really good idea, and I wish I had thought of that before I started doing this. Jan, I wish I had thought of that. That was a great idea. I don't know who Jan is or Jan, I'm not sure which it is, but those are both great ideas. I wish I had thought of them. I can just replace the background color to get the game space. Yeah, that's very clever. Wish I had thought of that. Anyway, I've already got my border drawn. I'm just going to go ahead and do that since I've already started it. And hopefully, oh my gosh, that's terrible. Yeah, something went desperately wrong there. Oops. Let's see here. That was not even close to what I wanted to do. I think I might just go with Jan's idea on that one, or Jan. Pen color. I was just kind of curious why this is not working. Pen down, pen up, pen speed, pen shape, pen. Draw border, pen, yeah. Draw border. Why is that not working? It worked on my test code, which is really annoying. Let's see here. Pen dot go to, pen dot up. Pen down, we already did that. try it one more time. See what it's looking like. So I got this very, very weird thing. Draw pen. Draw score. Sorry. It's yellow. And draw border. Top 250. I did change the color. It's good. Say print border. So I'm just kind of testing to make sure the code's working as I expected it. Let me go over here and see if it's printing. Yikes. Okay, so I know it's going in here. It's just not doing what I expected it to do, which is kind of weird. But, you know, these things happen. Yeah, you should see this looks like really, really damaged somehow. Maybe, I'm just going to try this. I don't think it's going to matter. I'm going to put this after draw grid. I don't think it will matter much, but you never know. Okay, that's a lot better. Okay, I just don't get where these black lines are coming from. It's really annoying. Let's see here. Pen, draw score, draw grid, draw border pen. Oh my. Pen that color. We know this is getting called. Pen down. Ooh, did I do the numbers wrong? And say if anybody can see any problems, you know, shoot me a message here. Left top minus 500. Left plus 260. Left. Okay. Well, you know what? I am going to go with Jan's suggestion because I just don't feel like trying to fix this right now. So I'm going to change my background color to, what color did Jan suggest? Navajo White 2. I'm going to give it a shot. Let's see here. Navajo White 2. Navajo White 2. Let's give it a roll. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that kind of works. Let's see here. I'm going to get rid of this whole border fiasco. And like I said, it worked quite well in my test code. I don't know why it's not working here, but I can live with that. I think I know what I did wrong. That doesn't matter. I like Jan's idea, and we're gonna go with that. I like simple is easier, and it'll render faster. Okay, and let's try it one more time. Okay. The only thing is, I definitely want to change the score color because it's just very hard to read. And where does it change to yellow? Why is it yellow all the time? Draw score. Go to. And I'm going to go ahead and say pen dot color. Let's just do blue. Alrighty. Okay, so I've kind of got a functioning game now. Like I said, there's still some flaws in it. Actually, let me get rid of these here. I'm going to make the bottom row empty. So we just start out fresh. Okay. And yeah, there we go. And I can see we got like an extra little thing there. I'm not sure why it does that. Just a bug. Okay, so we got rotation. Oops. As you can see, I'm not particularly good at this game, even though I just programmed it. Okay, Jan, thanks so much. That was a great idea. Much appreciated. Good luck in your test. Jan or Jan has got a test and is going in 20 minutes. So I appreciate you taking the time to stop by, even though you are very, very busy with a test. I fortunately finished my grad course on Monday, and that is why I have the time to do this tonight, which makes me very happy. I definitely needed a break. Okay. Now you see I'm not very good at getting Tetris. I think there was a little error there, but we'll have to let that go too. And again, I think I'm pretty much done with this program. It kind of does what I want. I think I've done all the major things. Um, Unless somebody has like a suggestion for something to add to it real quick. I think we'll call this a day. I do want to play it. 8th grade. Jeez, Jen, you're a genius. Thank you. The other thing I never quite fixed was what happens when the game, when it gets to the top and everything's piled up, it just keeps going. I just kind of let it go. And I'm okay with that. But we could add some tests for that and things like that. But I think it's okay the way it is. This is more of a kind of demonstration of purpose, I suppose. But anyway, just to kind of go over it real quick, there are quite a few things that this program has. First of all, you've got the turtle module, you use the time module, and some random stuff, and just some things, setting up the background color. If you're going to use the turtle module for animations and games and things, definitely use win.tracer 0. That shuts down the animation, and then inside your main loop, update everything once per rotation. And again, this wasn't a super complicated program, but you had to do a lot with loops, just because you're looping through the grid, you're looping through the drawing of each shape, you're looping through the rotation, which was not super difficult, but you do need to keep an eye on how it rotates, and you're going from rows to columns, columns to rows, etc., etc. Oh, sorry, I forgot to say hi to Tanky 35. So yeah, sorry about that. And yeah, so I was pretty happy with this. Random colors, checking to see if the grid, or checking to see if a row is full, giving somebody points, drawing stuff on the screen, using key presses, and also using lambda. If you don't use lambda, you cannot put anything in here. But since we want to send a value, we need to use a lambda. And yeah, this is some basic stuff, just drawing things. We made a few functions. We've got a main loop here that doesn't end. It's a while true loop. And again, like I said, I could add a few more things to check things, but I think I'm happy with the way this has turned out. And yeah, like I said, it took three nights of this, and this is lesson 3. But I think it's a pretty good game. I think anybody that has followed this so far could build on this. I'm going to take this code and I'm going to put it into my GitHub, which I put the link there, but let me do that real quick while I'm thinking about it. And drag files. Let's see, so I added rotation and border. So that, and I need to, sorry, I talk to myself a lot when I'm coding. And this is on my desktop. And TETRIS, there it is. And let's see here. Okay, so I just uploaded it to GitHub. So if you go to the GitHub link, there's Tetris. There's a few other games. This was actually made by a couple of my one of my students last year. Tetris is here. It's just one file, which is quite nice. We just use the turtle module to get those things working, and it's pretty cool. I do have a couple other things here on my GitHub. I've got SPGL, which is a simple game framework. If you check out my Space War, I think, tutorial, it talks about SPGL and how to use that. I've got a bare bones 6502 assembly simulator. Missile Command, this is actually one of my favorites. I did a tutorial on this one. It might use SPGL as well. This is definitely one to check out. I thought this was a cool one. I really enjoyed that one. This one I never finished. It's nothing there. Don't know what that is. And this was hardly started. So let's see here. Where is projects again? Projects. Don't have any projects. Wrong button. Forgot I've used this before. So yeah, so I got a 2048, some 2048 in Python. I got something called Falling Skies, something I made. Flappy Bird, which I have a video for as well. Snake Game is very popular. This is a two-player working version. I think one of my viewers sent that to me. Space Station Defense Game. I did a video about this about a month ago, and so there is a bunch of code that you can download and kind of play around with, and hopefully learn something from. So yeah, so I'm very grateful for everybody for stopping by, and I know it was a little bit quick, but yeah, the nice thing about YouTube is you can always go back and try it again. Yeah, and so yeah, if there's no more questions, or I think I'll call it a night. And yeah, you can probably hear my voice is a little scratchy. It's getting a little cold here, relatively speaking, for Tokyo. And yeah, so enjoy coding. I really like when people comment. Of course, people like and subscribe, but also I get messages from time to time from viewers who have updated the code that I've done, and they've just like ran with it and done some really cool things with it. So if you could share that, and if you have your own YouTube channel, I will link to that. That's pretty cool. And yeah, again, everybody have a great night, day, week, afternoon, whatever it is. And yeah, I'll look forward to the next video. Have a good one.